Hey guys, it's Nick and Emani. We're back with Spilling the Tea. Let's all take a toast to that real quick. I got some familiar faces, some new faces with me. We got my girl Emani. She is the Charlemagne to my Wendy. We got my short king, Nick.
With a big description in his LinkedIn page.
Thanks guys so much for joining me. You know, like I said, it's been a moment. I'm just happy to be here. I know my cameraman is cussing me out behind the scenes. Sure. Guys, shout out Frank. What's up, Franklin?
42 hours a day, twice a week, 7 days a week.
I don't get tired. Kevin
get tired.
So how's everybody been? Nick, you're like a whole father of 2 kids since the last time I sat down with you.
I stopped pulling out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he's a married man.
Yeah, it's time to make an investment. I just figured.
Your kids are so cute.
Thank you.
I think your son might be taller than you.
He may be. He may be. Okay, that's the second goddamn short king joke. But yeah, everybody good. I got a daughter. I'm really happy about having a daughter. I wanted a daughter.
Oh, she's so cute. Your kids are beautiful. Your family is beautiful. You know, I say you're always like the married man, opinion that we need. Oh. You know, nice. But you're still crazy and you used to be a hoe, but you're like a reformed hoe.
Yeah.
So
I still like my women in the kitchen cooking, but you know, it's all good. Otherwise, then
So speaking of that, I watched this clip earlier on Instagram, and it was a Russian woman sitting down with a Middle Eastern podcast. I'm gonna play the clip for you guys. Basically, they were sitting there going back and forth, and she was saying like, this whole 50-50 conversation, and I'm so sick of, I know every podcast talks about it, but we're gonna kind of spin it, because we're kind of gonna talk about foreigners versus Americans, 50-50s. My whole father's side is foreign, so I'm gonna shed a little light on this too, but she was basically saying, yes, 50-50. I take 50-50 of your property, 50-50 of all your money, and I'll pay 100% of the bills. And he was like, well, what about what I bring to the table as a man? And she was like, what do you bring to the table? And he was like, protection. And she was like, oh, I'm Russian. I don't need your protection. And he just was like, why make you laugh? And he's obviously a comedian as well. But just this whole thing, do we think it is just such an American woman thing? And especially a millennial and younger generation, to go 50-50 on the bills and 50-50 in everything in a relationship. What are your guys' thoughts?
Ladies first.
Oh, from my point of view, I think it's definitely an American, maybe Black American from my point of view. That's what I'm used to. However, I say date who you like, who has the same point of views as you. Mm-hmm. If you want to go 50-50 with your man, date someone who wants to. And if you don't. Why are we having an argument about it? Date someone who has the same opinion as you. It's not that hard.
What do you think, Nick, as a married man?
I got 2 versions.
Oh, God. I'm going to need to sip on
So I got this sponsored by Cutwater Market.
Oh, my God. You got to cut that out.
And
then I got like more of a real version. All right, so
let's do the real
version. Do the real version first. Real version is like social media is attacking us again. Listen.
What do you mean attack?
This is what I mean.
Is it against men? Is it against, or you just mean
who
in
do
general?
you love and what is your reality? Okay?
Thank you.
Do you make $16 a day? Does he make $16 a day? Y'all splitting bills. I'm just saying, if y'all both poor, if y'all both of a socio-economic class where you are living check to check, you're trying to make it work, you have multiple kids, dependents, don't be looking at this bitch who got $10,000 in her nose area talking about, she can have those views, or maybe she can't. Maybe she's faking for the grand to get views, for people to share it, to blow up their page, to one day be rich. If you right now are looking on your Metro PCS cricket screen cracked ass phone, talking about, yeah, girl, we don't pay 50-50, bitch, you need to pay 50% of that bus token, and then he need to pay 50, so y'all can get y'all free groceries off of Eastern Avenue.
Date within your tax bracket.
Yeah, so like if you come from that type of cloth where your family has generational wealth and they expect you to, continue this momentum on a certain way, and that's all business and economics, and that's an old world thing, right?
Yeah.
Versus if you are living check to check, you're a first generation college graduate, you know what the economics are like out here, you understand inflation, you are trying to get by day to day, and you're finding another partner that loves you. Make it work. Stop worrying about what these other bitches and niggas is doing. Because at the end of the day, rent got to be paid.
But let's keep it real too. if you got to do what works for your household, what works for the relationship.
Yes. Everybody's is different.
Everybody's different with their expectations. But like you said, there are these men out here that will be like, well, I'm a king and I bring this to the table, and they don't have a job or they don't make a lot of money, and they'll go after these Instagram models. Because I had a homeboy like this, he was a good looking guy, but he wasn't in the same kind of tax bracket as the model.
Right.
And he took her on a date, and she wanted 1942 shots. She wanted all this stuff, and it's like, well, didn't you kind of know who you were dating and what you thought she'd expect?
He don't deserve her. If I go to Vegas with my man Frank, who behind the camera, and we renting a car, right? We renting a Sentra or we renting a Ferrari? Who the fuck got Ferrari money? I don't. Nigga, we need something economic. We need to get back. Boom. He don't deserve her. Not that don't deserve her like she's better than him.
Yeah.
But if you want whatever you think you're going to get with her, because a lot of times with men, women are the prize in the sense of like.
Can we say that again?
Well, they are the prize. But in the sense of like, it's like a trophy. It's like, let's say if anywhere I'm inadequate, right? Whether it be, I don't know, physique, height, you don't like short niggas. Whether I ain't got hair, whatever, money, it's like, look, if I'm an ugly 5'1", one-eye, one-tooth man, I got a dime right here, right? But then her thing is like, well, cool, if I'm gonna be with your little ugly ass, I'm gonna need you to pay all the bills. I'm gonna need you to make my life real easy. So I think what those men should do, if they can't afford it, find someone who they can afford. And in my case, my wife, we grind together. Everything we did together. We just so happen to be both very attractive and pretty people when we're naked. But if she wasn't, and that's all I could get, if she had one lopsided titty, and she loved me when I was outside, then that's what it is. Look, I got a little titty meat I'm trying to get off. I ain't perfect. It's just social media, man. Then niggas go to liking and sharing like, these niggas better pay our bills.
Form their own opinion nowadays.
Who loves you, motherfucker? And if they need some help, they need some help. If not, then be by your goddamn self. You got the rolls and lotion, be by yourself.
People don't know how to be by themselves either.
They don't. They're not happy with their self. And sometimes, I think a relationship should be 50-50. You should be there for one another. Now, the financial, like, where I am in my life, I'm not dating a man under me. And that might sound a little stuck up, but I'm a grown woman. Like, I expect you to have what I have or more. I'm not going to date a man who doesn't have a house, who doesn't have a car, who doesn't, like, dumb shit I did in my 20s.
That's fair, though.
That's
fair.
Like, I'm even, like, because, I'm half Persian, and around my father's side, I see how Middle Eastern men are so protective of their women. I go out with my cousin won't even, and he's younger than me, won't let me get the bill. I'm like, no, you're my little cousin. Let me get it. And just a different culture, just kind of seeing the difference, because I grew up in Baltimore, with my other side, and I didn't really experience that till later life, having almost the different cultural differences, because I'm two different things, just experiencing that, and just like how they almost put their women on a pedestal. And I think like a man should do certain things. There are gender roles, but like some of these men want you to get them the fucking flowers. They want you to be barefoot cooking in the kitchen, but paying all the fucking bills and having the babies and looking amazing
working a full-time job
and
too,
doing everything. And it's like,
that's not a partner though.
That's not a partnership. It's not. It's not.
And let's say, for instance, one of the partners does make a lot more money. Let's say someone has like a specialty, like they're a doctor or they're a lawyer or a highly successful businesswoman or person, right? Then okay, what can you offer? Can you make sure the kids get where they gotta go? Are you on top of project management as far as like bills and resource allocation?
Are you a supportive
partner? It's all about partners. It's a company, it's a corporation. Everybody's not doing the same amount of work, not even the CEO. They have your assigned jobs and duties, and then you do what you got to do, and you come back and you regroup and see how it's working. But social media make us feel like, if it ain't this way, it ain't the way.
Right.
You are right. You work hard. You got your own place. You're successful. You're beautiful. You might not want some old, what do you call them, dusty dust butts? What you call them? You might not want a dusty, right? And that's cool. And then vice versa. He might not want a chick who has nothing to bring. You have something to bring.
But these conversations, a lot of times I see from these men who are like in their early 20s on these damn podcasts who really don't.
Who listens to early 20 niggas?
I'm just saying, when you look on social media.
Social media, yeah.
It's these men in their 20s. And they're telling you how women should act, when the women I know nowadays, they're the ones with their own businesses. They're the ones that have their own shit. They're the ones that are doing it all by themselves. And that leads me to my next conversation about cultural differences when dating. You know, I shared a little bit of my experience being two different cultures, and just different traditions.
You didn't share your other culture though. You said Baltimorean. And then you said person.
Baltimore. He didn't say the
you didn't even say the other
race. My mother is American. My mother is white.
Okay.
And
you saying Baltimore. Like,
because, I mean, no, I'm saying there's a difference between being American versus being from a different country. There's different traditions. My mother is a white American woman from East Baltimore, you know, like Irish. And then my father was Persian, and, you know, they're Muslim. It's a lot of different traditions. And, you know, I think being the product of that and seeing kind of how my parents' marriage didn't work, I think because there was a lot of different cultural differences, that kind of brings to, like, my next conversation. Like, have you ever dated someone that was a different, not necessarily interracial, but culturally different?
Definitely. I have.
And what was your experience?
I've dated black men. I've dated African black men or African
Now, is
British.
Is there a difference between dating a black American man versus an African man?
Slightly. They're a little bit more like, you know, make sure you're good, take care of you type thing. However, there's always going to be bullshit with them because they're going to be having another family. You know, I'm just talking from experience. It's not generalization. It's not generalization.
Right.
So recently I've been dating someone that's Indian. Mm-hmm. Very new for me.
That's beautiful.
And it's like day and night.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to act because I'm not used to this affirmations and, you know, letting me know, you know, hey, I'm thinking of you, or you're so beautiful. I just want to let you know I really like you. I'm not used to that. I got to pull that out. Can I say niggas? I got to pull that out of niggas. They don't want to give you that. They want to act like they don't fucking like you. They don't give a shit about you. And then you got to have one foot out the door before they be like, please. It's too many games. And he's not playing no games. And he's applying pressure. So I really like it. And talking about the future from like, this is what I want, this is what I got. He got a good job. He got 2 cars. He's Christian. He's a Christian Indian. So I'm like, okay.
That's real
so
weird.
Yeah.
I think there is, but especially like the Asian, the Middle Eastern, the African demographics, they're embedded like in their mind to be successful providers. Yeah. And I'm not saying this because I don't want people to be like, oh, you hate American men. We're just talking about some of the differences.
You definitely hate American men, but continue.
I don't. I really don't. I've dated everything. I'm just saying, like, it just is a different culture. There's higher expectations than versus, you know, I feel like probably American parents are a little more lax. Yeah.
We have different, like, you know, father might be in the house, father might not. Parents might be married. Other cultures, like, you're getting married, you stay in that marriage no matter what. Yeah. And you make it work, so.
A lot of Middle Eastern culture, women don't leave the house till they get married. Right. I don't know how I got, like, the deadbeat Middle Eastern father.
Don't do that.
No, I'm joking. I mean, well, it's the truth. Well. But, like, just, it's a different experience because a lot of other, you know, Middle Easterns, their fathers treat their daughters like they're the princess. Mm-hmm. They stay in the household till they get married. And it's like, marriage is such a big deal. My, like, family in Iran looks at me like, why is this bitch not married? Why is she working so hard? Mm. It's just some different traditional, you know, things. Have you ever dated anybody that was a different culture than you?
I've had sex with, that's the difference.
Okay.
That's the difference. Because you listen, the type of person I am, if we have sex more than one time, somewhere in there we're having a conversation about what's next.
Okay.
And that's when you notice the difference.
Okay. Yeah.
With American women, they just do a lot of, it's more like instant gratification. Mm-hmm. And are you my boyfriend? Are you my man type shit? Where what I have noticed with women outside of my American culture, it's like, what are we building? Mm-hmm. And the pressure or the weight, the gravity of next steps is bigger. It's not just, you can't just move into an apartment with them. It's like, no. If we together and you meet my family, it's a thing. Like,
we got to start.
Yeah, it's like no, it's a step. You probably got to do a dance and shit or something. I don't know. You know, it's like, you been on the culture, right? Yeah. Like, ding-a-ling-a-ding-a-ling. It might be something like, you might have to learn some shit from the Indian culture where it's going to be different than you just meeting the dude from Towson. You know, like if I'm dealing with like an African girl who's like of a particular tribe in Africa,
you got to pay money for her.
It's different. It's just different. So I never I've made sweet love with my genitals with different women of different cultural backgrounds, but never been with one. But I tell you what, I appreciate the fact that it feels like in your case you're finding what you want and you're taking that step and not just looking for the same type of comfort level. I think that some of the issues are people just like, you're so used to being within your culture and your boundaries. Love can be right outside of that.
Right.
Yeah.
And you like, no, I can't do it because they got
I don't want to
this,
explain
that,
why I'm wearing a bonnet. I don't want to,
Listen.
But you have to,
please. Yeah.
what I was telling her is it's great to be open. I mean, myself,
I've
never met anybody that was the same thing as me. So I've always had the interracial date or intercultural date. Like, but just being open. People are people at the end of the day. It's not like, I don't ever generalize somebody with a race or cultural thing, but there are differences culturally.
Yeah. That's what makes it beautiful.
Yeah,
right.
We should
It's
celebrate
actually fun. Like I said,
imagine going to a restaurant with one dish.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at that chicken sandwich. You're like, what?
Yeah.
And then you realize how close you are culturally too. Like he's talking about his Indian church, he's Christian. I'm talking about my black church. Like, yeah, they be faking the funk up and they mad fake. I'm like, yeah, they be faking the black church too. What you mean? So yeah,
he's brown still.
Yeah. That's what's up.
I don't know, but like I said, I think it's good to experience different cultures. And even if it doesn't work out, it's still like you had the experience.
Right.
I think sometimes also women especially think they can only date someone in their race, that somebody else isn't going to like them.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Is that the father or the parents or
I feel like sometimes for me it's like stereotypes. Like they I'm ghetto, I'm loud. They just look at me and probably just think that off the back.
Yeah,
when they speak to me, you see I'm not. But the stereotypes, for the most part, I feel like white guys hit on me when they're drunk. That's about it.
They want some chocolate, huh?
Yeah. But that's my reason.
I've dated one or two white guys before.
Never.
I mean,
is there a cultural difference between like white Americans and maybe British Americans? You talked about that earlier, but African British.
Europeans are very different from
They're
Americans.
very different.
Like, it's very different, yeah.
Like 50 Shades of Grey different white people or like?
I mean, I just think it's different cultures. Like, it's just different. Like I said, even like me having the experience with my family, sometimes I feel like I'm so different because just culturally they have different things where like, they'll see me on Instagram, they'll be like, oh my God, she's such a whore. She's showing cleavage. And I'm like, wait, come to America. Girls walk around in pasties and a thong. Like, I'm doing the least. Now, let me get this body done and this body done and I might be doing a little more. But I'm just saying, like, it just, I think there's different cultures, and I think traditional culture can be beautiful, but also I think some people need to just accept people for being people.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And that leads me also to my next conversation, talking about men and this whole thing, again, with the podcast, the 50-50, and what men bring to the table. What do you say as a man you bring to the table?
Experience, I think, is my most valuable thing.
Elaborate on that.
All right, so as a man, I assume that my woman, and nowadays, what does that even mean? Gender assignments and all that. That's a whole other topic. But I assume that she just haven't lived the life I lived, right? So there's certain things I could, I can't even say it's protection, right? But it's just like certain things I can give my perspective on that, adds to what we're trying to build or do. But aside of that, I think it's not so much a gender role or like a sexuality thing. I think it's just really, if you look at it as a partnership, it's not what you bring to the table because you have a penis or vagina or you're rich.
What if I am the whole table?
If you are, listen, I laugh at my wife all the time. I say, listen, first of all, let me cheat with an old rich white woman. Just let me do it so we can elevate our family. I would really make love to her, right? I would suck her toes. I would lick her little gray-haired, filled ass cheeks. Whatever it has to do to make sure my next generation does not have to suffer. But when real talk.
Pause right there. Would you let your man for a come up fuck a older woman?
Yes, you would.
If he was
a bazillionaire
forthcoming and was like, babe, this is the plan.
This is the plan.
This is how I'm gonna get this money. I'd be like, okay, babe.
Listen, she got 2 weeks to live. Let me make 1 week really good for her.
Let's do it.
Contract. Listen,
you had to come with a good plan.
I think partnerships, what a man brings is no more valuable than what a woman brings.
Yeah.
It's about what you guys bring together and what your goals are, right?
Thank you.
Now, I guess if I'm bringing a 400 credit score and you got a 1,000,
you're not bringing
much,
table,
right?
Dusty.
What if life just hit me and I just made some bad financial, decisions, but I'm not a bad person and I really love you and I'm not going to bring you a VD or STD.
But here's the thing, like
maybe that's what.
There's a difference. Everybody goes through shit. There's been times I was doing real well. There's times I fell off. Times my credit score went down. Times my credit score went up. The difference is there's some people that just stay there forever and they're not trying.
Yeah.
Like I can work with a man that has a plan, that has ambition. That's my thing. Like that has ambition. People got mad. I remember when B. Simone was talking about she can't date a 9-to-5 man. And they were like, is she a 9-to-5 woman?
Right.
And there's nothing wrong.
I think it's not what you say, it's how you say it. But that's her own preference, and she's right.
It's okay to have it. Yeah. And someone out there is gonna match her.
And it's fine to be, to work a 9-to-5 and maybe you have a different plan. Like that's where I am in my life. Like you're doing other businesses, entrepreneurs, so you can leave the 9-to-5. And there's some people that are happy working their 9-to-5, making their 6-figure income, or maybe not making their 6-figure income. But it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't even villainize 9-to-5. Because
it's like a corporate
probably
job,
90% of the people, well, maybe not 90%, because if you think of like the third world and like the world in total, it's probably not a lot of people that work 9-to-5, like a lot of farmers and agriculture and stuff like that. But there's nothing. Listen, what are your goals in a relationship? What makes you happy? What has not worked in the past? And let's build upon that. We get so wrapped up in like, well, I ain't dealing with that bitch. It's like, bro, you're lonely. You need to find something else because, if the shorty ain't doing this, I ain't with her. Maybe she don't have to know how to cook. Maybe she's not the most, tricks in the bedroom and all that. Nigga, what are you bringing? A 400 credit score?
Right.
Y'all need to take y'all 400 credit score on her terrible head
and y'all love
and make it together.
You can practice.
Yeah, you can practice.
You can bring up
real
a
good
credit
eating
score.
pussy, right? You got shrimp dick? I ain't got one.
But I think social media.
Because my dick is big as my LinkedIn profile,
Okay.
I got a big dick, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Huge dick. My wife can't say nothing, so it don't matter what she say. That nigga.
Moving along. But I
got a big dick.
I think Instagram has given people like this false confidence because everybody thinks they're famous. Everybody thinks they're the shit. I'm a kid.
It's different levels of prizes.
Why are you
we're
a
all
king?
prized, but you're not up here where you deserve.
You live with your mother. You have a shrimp dick. You're dusty.
You're not about to get an Instagram model.
Yeah, just date in your bracket. But it bothers me.
What's a shrimp dick? How big is? I just want to make sure I'm not the shrimp dick list.
I thought you had a big dick.
I'm pretty sure, but niggas do not.
Everybody has different shrimp dicks.
Right.
I mean, some
like
people
2 or 3 inches shrimp dick.
Yeah. Okay. We don't. We don't keep it.
Keep it PG.
This is not a PG show. It's fine, but I don't want to insult. Maybe I have some little dick listeners. I don't want to insult them.
If the shoe fits, that's not
Listen,
a problem.
they might know how to do all this stuff. So you never know. I've been with some big dicks that
what about
didn't
the
know
big
what they
vagina
were doing.
women though? There's some big vagina women out here.
What you mean?
Oh, here we go. Hey, Frank in the back. What you mean? Ain't no cameras out this motherfucker? My dick, my shit just. Some of them you going listen. All right, look. I have a above average dick size. Look, first of all, I'm sponsored by Cutwater Mango. Look, I got an above average dick size, girth and all that, right? But sometimes
why do we need to know that?
You got to know these things. You want to see the actual picture?
No.
What happens is that all vaginas aren't the same, and just because you're a bigger bone and smaller bone. So what I'm saying is that you got some shrimp dicks, you got some whale vaginas. You got some whale vaginas. You got shrimp dicks. We all in the same seat.
But the problem is they think that because you have a deeper vagina, that means you ran through or something. No, we just have different anatomies.
But also, that's like a wise tale, because women give birth and maybe
it goes right back.
Yeah, it's just, she's been with a lot of people. Maybe your dick is small. And also, the vagina expands when it's wet, too. God.
All right, I'm sorry. For the record, I do not have a shrimp dick.
I think we got that.
I think we got that for the 5th fucking time. Have you ever, though, now we're way off topic, but we're going to lead with this. Have you ever had sex with a girl and the vagina was trash? What makes a trash vagina?
Yeah, tell us.
Hygiene. That's the
smell.
number one thing. I think everything else can be worked out. If they're aroused, they're going to get wet.
Right. That means you're not doing your job if it's dry, honestly.
Right.
Or she's not into you.
Or vice versa. Maybe we just are not compatible. Right. It's not the man's job to make you into me.
No.
I didn't end up in your pussy.
I'm just saying naturally, if you laying down with me, you better be into
that close to your pussy, you should have been into me by now.
Yeah.
How I get that close and you still not wet yet?
Some people just lay down because they want to lay down, they want to be
But sometimes I think sexual chemistry is a real thing. Have you ever had sex with someone you're like, yeah, I'm attracted to them, but I don't feel it. There's no chemistry. And then there's other people you're like, I would not think that's my normal type, but we got the chemistry. I don't know. Okay.
Hygiene for me. They having a flashback, y'all. Was your legs back here or here?
Yeah, here, because they can't go that far.
Just start popping and cracking.
I mean, have you ever had sex with a woman and you just had to end it?
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's always hygiene. It's like I had this one young lady who
I love how he's so respectful.
Yeah. I mean,
even
she
though
had
he's
some
about to be
stinky,
disrespectful.
No, but it was hygiene. And listen, men are known for having some swampy balls too.
Oh God!
Right? Let's keep it real. But yeah, it's usually always hygiene. If you got the hygiene, the light's gonna take care of himself, right? They're gonna either be off or some different color shit. Yeah. You're gonna be drunk enough where you're not really paying attention. Mm-hmm. And then as long as you don't smell nothing that's like you can like distinguish it to like a food group, you good. Like if it smells like chicken bouillon, yeah.
Because like I'm not doing nothing if my shit's not fresh.
But some people like funky shit too.
But
some people do like that funky shit.
It could be also, certain times of the month you may
not
not
hear that. You supposed to check that time and make sure the time will come over.
No, I'm saying with some people or some women, it is the man's fault if she's normally the pH and he's throwing her pH off.
You mean I didn't
like if she has a regular man
and regular partner?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But that's different. No, that's like
foods can throw it off. Soap can throw it off.
Yeah, no. If you're in a relationship with somebody, it's really through thick and super thick. Right?
Yeah.
I think thick and super thick, like discharge and all that. But that's different. But I'm talking about like if you set like I'm coming over Netflix and chill, you supposed to make sure that car washed.
Right.
Yeah.
Is the car washed?
But the same with guys. Like don't come over here with sweaty balls.
They
like
100%.
smell your balls.
God.
Like
100%.
I got a flashback.
Suck it.
Smells like fucking cheese. Like I had to have it. And I was like, pull your pants up.
And I feel like
you kept going.
I did.
You kept going.
Fuck no,
you sucked them cheesy balls. Them cheese curds.
I said, excuse me, put that away. It's fucking up the whole room. Put
and
it away.
I feel like it's easier for men because like women, like okay, you might have to go wax, you might have to go shave, you might have to go like trial sis, and then you got clean, you got to do more.
Oh, you just named regular shit though. You said you got clean and shave.
I'm talking about men, and then it's like you really couldn't just wipe your dick off, like you couldn't do a
whole
whole bath or something, like
it's no
really
excuse. That's
over here with your sweaty balls.
But I had a buddy in high school who played ball, and he had women that preferred he went to hoop first to suck his dick. And I have dudes, as of yesterday, we was in the gym, and he's like, yo, I like when a girl go to the club and then come see me. So there are people out there who have kinks that like that.
I like a little, not
no,
gym,
I don't want none of that club
not gym must, but I like a little bit of like,
Nope.
Not fresh out the shower. I can take a little bit of like, you smell like yourself.
But that's like I've been laying around the house, we've been chilling, and then we got into it.
We run to Target real quick and come back.
Yeah. Well, run to Target or walk.
Not run, but like go to drive Target.
He's gonna run. He's gonna get the cheese.
I don't want no run dick.
And she gonna get it.
I don't want no sweaty run dick. But
and it's probably love too. If you gonna suck some run dick, you probably like this person more.
You don't even think twice about it.
Yeah, it's just like
I'm
get
always
that first
think twice before
little...
I put a dick in my mouth. So.
But like the first time, I feel like if you're not, it's the first time you should do stuff to make yourself appealing. Like it's a
the
good
first impression.
Yeah.
Like make sure that thing waxed.
Yeah.
Polish, put little oils on it.
Have some smell good. You gotta,
we appreciate that.
Remember, you want me to break your heart and hurt your feelings. I want you to remember this shit.
We appreciate that, yo. Don't come in there smelling like goddamn.
So listen to this. Please take note. Even if you think your shit's clean, clean it again.
She licked them cheese balls. Go ahead, though.
How important do you think sexual chemistry is in a relationship?
Super important. I can't perform if I don't have sexual chemistry. I'll get nervous. I won't be a shrimp dick because I have a big dick, but it will not be as big as it could be. Honestly, let's keep it real. Frank, Frank to the back. You know what's up, nigga. No, real talk. It might knock off like 2 inches. Because what it is that, like, all right, for me, I had homies, they will fuck coked up, drunk, and just be king diggling. For me, I'm like, I gotta like you. I want to know more about you. I don't know. I'm just weird. Maybe I'm just.
You're not weird. No, that's how it should be.
But you're older now and you're married. But when you were younger.
When I was young and I've had some one night stands where it was, why did I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but even still, I know I'm like, I didn't give it a king dick. I gave it like the prince dick. I did, y'all. It wasn't a king dick. It was enough for her to hit me back, but you knew.
Oh my God.
She hit me back in the first 48. It was like that Thursday. It was like, oh yeah, I could have gave it a king dick.
Did you ever give like, I don't know what we'd even say for us, like half the vagina? Like you didn't give the full vagina?
Yes.
Yeah, when y'all don't arch y'all fucking back, right? Y'all just be like.
When a guy's good on paper, you're like, oh, he would be perfect. And it's just not there. And you end up there and you're just like.
Lazy, yeah.
The lazy vagina.
Yeah, for sure.
Not in my adult years because I'm very particular, but like when I was younger, yeah.
Or I mean, like I'm an Aquarius, and I feel like I'm very like I go off the mood and the chemistry too. If I don't feel it, like I'm like. I don't want to do this. You're not going to get a full, like, performance. You're going to get some lazy vagina.
I think it's fair.
Just saying. But speaking of relationships, so did you guys see the whole Erica Mena and Safari? Like, he's saying he might need to get a restraining order. She was climbing the ladder to get...
Jumping over the fence.
She's a Scorpio. She's a Scorpio. But they were, like, fighting. They were fighting in front of their kids. And I don't really think either party's... I don't feel like he's the victim completely. And I don't feel like she's being appropriate. And, you know, sometimes in relationships, we're not in their space. We don't know. But I definitely think you shouldn't be beefing in front of your children. It's not a good look. But I think it's sometimes in relationships, the toxicness just gets in there.
You get clouded judgment.
What's the most toxic thing you ever did?
Ooh.
We ain't judging. This is a judge-free zone.
I don't know. I don't think I've done anything like super toxic. Like, I'm just I'm just very like, toxic. I fall in love in 2 seconds. Maybe that's toxic, but I love hard.
Yeah, that's definitely 2 seconds.
God. What's the you had to do something crazy.
Okay, I did do something crazy, but I can't say it on camera because I will be.
For example, what would a crazy person do?
If you Google, like, what's something that you can do to somebody that doesn't harm them? It's like a prank. Doesn't harm them, but kind of like...
How can I get away with this crime?
Kind of like...
poisons them.
Inconveniences them. Put Vaseline on their windows. Car windows.
That's fair, though.
I'm not putting sugar in your
That's not bad.
It's not going to
You're not scratching their shit, not breaking their shit.
I come out to go to work in the morning. What the fuck? I can't even drive to the car wash.
How do you get that off your windows?
I don't give a fuck and don't know.
I'm cool with that level crazy. I'm actually cool with that.
I actually didn't do it. I was with a friend, and I'm telling the truth. I was with a friend. And I was like, I'm scared. She got out of the car and did it for me. You know the friend, but if she watches this, she can be like, bitch. But yes, she got out of the car. We slammed it. It was like Aquaphor. No, it was a CVS. It was back when I just, bitch, do it. I was on Snapchat like, bitch, go get it. I don't know. Why would I record it?
The evidence.
That's probably like, what? Have you, with your Scorpio toxic ass, have you ever done
No, but one
of
my first loves did something wild to me. I was going to the movie theater. Not really.
First love, so how young were you?
Super young, like under 22, maybe like 20, 19.
That doesn't count.
It was crazy.
Go ahead.
But she jumped. I was going to the movie theaters with my boy and his mom. We were going to see some fucking movie. The fact that you going with your nigga and his mother, you know it ain't nothing crazy. And on the way back from the movie, I'm pulling up to my house, and she come out, motherfucker, you with this bitch? I know you with this bitch. And her homegirl, black hoodies, she had the Vaseline probably, ready to put in the window. And I didn't understand why she did that, but it kind of turned me on. Because then you feel value. You feel value. Damn, yo, she did all this for me to go see Toy Story 4? Like, what the fuck is we doing? But, yeah, that Vaseline shit, I respect that.
Wait a minute. But you went to the movies with another girl and your mom?
No, it was, I think she thought that maybe... It might have been even younger, bro. I think she thought that maybe I was meeting a girl in there. She couldn't see without blowing her, you know what I'm saying, the sky. So it was like, I know he in there fucking with a bitch. He think he's slick. We gonna catch that. So
you and your mom walk out and then...
My man's mom, not even my mom. Yeah, we walk out, get back in the car, because at the time I wasn't driving, so it had to be when I was real young. And I remember them dropping me off at where I live at. And then these two bitches just hop out the car. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
What were they gonna do? Did they have a gun? They were just gonna beat you up? They were gonna aid you?
I got you, nigga.
Yeah.
Ladies, we're gonna keep it real. I would have mopped the floor with them. I don't care about this whole...
Ooh.
I didn't know they was girls.
Self-defense.
I saw 2 people in black hoodies. I beating the shit out of these motherfuckers. But, I mean, beating the shit out of them. But no, I think, yeah, that was probably the most toxic. My wife used to call me a whole lot. Like 1,000 calls a day, real talk. That was her way of like, you know what, I'm gonna make it inconvenient for you. Like if I'm out playing poker with the homeboys, I would lose a whole battery worth.
So you would answer the phone every time though?
No, I would put it on a bit of zzz, and I would turn it off, but I'd turn it back on, and she would just blow my shit up. And I married her and gave her 2 kids. So that crazy shit worked. It worked. But you gotta do the certain level. You can't break windows and shit.
Crazy bitches have the best pussy.
See, I'm a good person. Like I believe in karma, so I wouldn't want to do anything like, well, fuck somebody's shit up for real.
I like that though. Just slight inconvenience.
And like, I'm not gonna be that mad where I'm gonna like
just a dash
all your shit.
Just a dash.
Little dash.
Cut up all your Jordans. Nah.
I feel like I'm too old for that. I'm not doing that. Right. When I was younger, I had a lot of toxic shit. I had men slash my tires. I was the one that always got the toxic. I had a man try to run me off the road. I had a man bash my windows, break into my house.
These were serial killers.
Sound like problems.
I might be. No, but you know what it is? When I'm done with people, I'm just done.
Right.
And that's the Aquarius in me. I'm just
done with me, bitch.
I'm like, yeah.
Right. And then they all want her so bad.
Usually, that's how they
won't leave her alone.
Like, you know, I mean,
what's in between those legs because, girl, they keep coming back.
It's that Persian purr.
That
Persian purr.
Big purr.
Big purr. Trademark. Big purr.
No.
Put that on the screen. Hashtag big purr.
Big purr.
Gang. No, but like I am too old. I think I have been through so much drama in my life. And like from childhood to early adulthood, I value my peace now.
Right.
Like, I like a little toxic in the bedroom. Or like we go get drunk.
Or like I know that you really care about me. You might be a little tiny jealous.
Yeah, like a little fun toxic. Stuff. I am not having a man break into my house, break into shit I worked hard for. And I'm not doing that. I'm not setting your shit on fire.
But why are you there? Because of therapy, one. Right?
Therapy. I've worked on my daddy issues.
Same, but like.
Well, what's fun, toxic? Two things. I like how y'all said it. I love when girls get drunk. Brought to you by Cutwater, Vodka Mill. Y'all said toxic in the bedroom. Y'all said toxic in the bedroom and then toxicity period.
Toxic in the bedroom, like.
So what's the perfect amount? Because I like the Vaseline shit because I can get rid of that. It ain't like a broken window or a scratched up car. So what do y'all appreciate? What's like, oh, he liked me, but it was a little edgy and a little toxic.
I can deal with a little jealousy, but then at the same time, I've had guys that are so crazy, like I'm out, well, why is all these men looking at you? Why is this man? I don't fucking know him. Ask him. Like, you want me to be like an ugly bitch that no one pays attention to? You know?
What about in the bedroom? What's the right amount of toxicity in the bedroom?
You can do a little like a little neck, you know,
little neck play,
hair pulling,
I'll fucking kill you, bitch, like that.
Although one time I had a guy pull my hair so hard, I was like, get the fuck off my hair.
No,
like I don't fucking like when you feel like you're about to rip it out my fucking head.
When they demand, look at yourself in the mirror right now. I said, look at you, open your eyes.
Oh, time out. No, so we ain't going to go over this. No, I need more.
I like when you tell me what to do.
Like, I do like that too.
He asked you, this person asked another person to look in the mirror. They were naked?
No, they were fully clothed.
Okay, I know.
Look at yourself.
He done dressed, bitch.
No, like look at yourself in the mirror. Look at it while I'm hitting from the back. Like stuff like that.
Oh, okay,
like,
mirror play is tight.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like fun toxic.
Look at yourself in the mirror.
I think once you get a certain age, like violence is never good in a relationship.
It depends.
It's draining.
Some people like to get beat on a little bit.
No, it's not.
They need to go to therapy.
You need to go to therapy. You need to go to therapy.
Nothing healthy about that.
It's nothing healthy, and it's just not. Like, it's different, like a little slap on the ass, a little strangle in sex, or a little, like,
what about a spit in the mouth? What did Meek Mill say? Spit in my mouth?
That's a preference.
I'm not with
Don't
that
spit in
either.
my fucking mouth. We're going to fight.
One of y'all do it. Statistically, somebody in this couch gets spit in their mouth. And it ain't me. I would tell y'all.
I've never done that.
Frank,
yeah. That's why he sounded at it. He's like, well, I've spit in a few and I've been spatted on.
Frank has never spit in. But have you guys spit on?
Nah, you can spit on, you can spit on the apparatus.
What about like when you're having sex and we're getting a little nasty now, and they spit, like, have you ever had a guy? Yeah.
Don't fucking do that.
You
don't like that happen before.
Oh, time's out. What's the difference? The spit is going on it.
I just don't like I just feel like a piece of trash. Chewy, like, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't like that.
Respect.
But they like it.
Yeah, they like it.
Do it, but I don't.
That's wasting spit to me.
Okay.
You said, what's the problem?
Yeah.
So you didn't like the hot chewy girl?
No. God bless her, though. She is making money.
Right,
God bless her.
fired.
She's making money for being like a Diet Pepsi hoe. I don't think she can do anything she says she can do. But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway, that's a whole nother.
It went viral.
It did.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I'm happy for her.
Glorilla even said it in her new verse. She
Yes.
talks about it.
What you know about me? That's not that song. It's a different song, but I like Glorilla.
She references it in one of her new songs.
She did.
Yeah.
I know.
She's like, got the hot tui.
Okay.
I think it's a waste of spit. Why are you spitting on it? Just suck my dick. Just suck it.
Some guys like that. Different guys like dip their
I'm not mad.
I've had guys who like sloppy, and then I had a guy say like, I don't like it like that. I like it like just clean. I'm like,
gay.
You know what?
Hey, He's gay. It's okay to be gay. He's gay. He's gay.
You think he's gay?
Yeah, if he wants a neat.
Not neat, but he didn't like the whole.
He wants a napkin. He wants just fucking.
No, but he just like. He wanted just like regular head. Regular head.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, that's great, because I don't like doing all that extra. I don't like something. I ain't got to do no tricks. Okay, great.
So, toxicness in the bedroom, a little okay. What do you think is not okay toxic in the relationship? Like, at a certain age, like, we're
when you're trying to control
30-some-year-old people.
Trying to control your partner.
Yeah.
You want to be everywhere they are. You want to keep, call them. You want to control who they're friends with on Instagram. And, I mean, I'm not going to say, like, I've been there before.
Should there be a little, though? Like, as a married man, if you're liking a bunch of, BBL, Instagram girls, and your wife is like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, if it's excessive, like, don't you think that can be a little toxic? That's like...
100%.
No.
Yeah?
Okay.
It's the things I had to change about myself to break generational curses. My father was of a man who liked many vagina holes. That makes sense.
He was a Rolling Stone.
Yeah, he was a Rolling Stone. I was looking for the lyrics. Oh. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Brown. Yo, this cup water is hitting, yo. Am I the only one? Wherever he heard that was
you slow your ass down. Now you go.
Listen, Nick even got the toes out today.
I got the toes out.
Look at the toe on camera.
Why you making this up? I got some pretty feet for a nigga, too. I don't know what y'all talking about.
What size you wear?
But listen, the dick big, though. What the dick big? The dick is big. Hey, Frank, what if my dick ain't? I'm telling Frank.
Why do you know what your dick size is?
Hey, Frank, erase that from the video, my nigga. It's the cup water. It's the cup water, my nigga. Back to being a real nigga out here and shit. I think, what were we talking about? Toxicity in a relationship?
Not your dick size.
My dick size being very plentiful.
No, I think...
My dick is plentiful. Go ahead.
Oh my God, Nick, shut the fuck up.
It is plentiful.
We're talking about, I think what we've come to the conclusion is we like a little toxicity in the bedroom. We like maybe a little playful,
yeah.
But at a certain age, you don't need to be running up to people's jobs. You don't need to be bashing windows, being in black hoodies.
Confronting women.
That gets on my nerves, because it's like, why are you going to beat up the girl that's cheating that he probably lied to too?
Right.
True.
I will never, if I got to argue with another woman for you, that bitch can have you. Yeah. She can have you.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
But so your daddy was a Rolling Stone?
Yeah, he was I remember when I was a kid, I used to always wonder, why would he do this? Why would he hurt my mom? Or why would he do this? Aww. But then when you grow up and you become a person with needs and sexual, lust and all that, you like, well, with a pussy too. Works. Listen, y'all talk all this shit, but there's a lot of girls that know I'm married and stay in my DM.
Yeah.
And the thinner I get, the more they like it. They want to see it.
They want it because they're married.
They like the chase. It's like something you're not supposed to have.
They want it. So it's not so much a man versus woman. It's just like, all right, there's certain things I don't want to do, right? You can't be perfect, but I can at least not run around on my wife, right? Mm-hmm. And I cannot be sending dick pics or just super thirsty. I'm a like folk. Like if you put something and you look nice, I'm gonna tell you. But in the comment, I'm gonna make it look like we family.
Right.
Looking good, T.
Not disrespectful.
I ain't gonna say, damn girl with the emojis, right? So it's just certain ways you can move just to make sure your partner feels okay. Because vice versa, I wouldn't want her. And I know she loves Chris Brown. And I laugh with her.
Are you gonna let her take one of them pictures?
I would let her
Chris
cheat.
Brown?
Listen,
I would.
You let her cheat with him?
I might, but if I did let her cheat, this is wild. I'm gonna get my cheat, and it wouldn't be a cheat; it'd be understanding. Like, it's like, all right, look, we're gonna be married, we're gonna die.
This weekend.
You want Chris Brown to fucking?
Who you want? Who is your celebrity?
I don't know. That's a good question, yo. One time it was Carrie Hilson. At one time, because she's just.
She hella tall though.
I love
tall. He likes
you. Is your wife tall?
No, she's about 5'2".
Oh, okay.
But the tall ones is fun because
you're like 5'1", so.
You motherfucker.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't let me talk about wife, you motherfucker. Listen, they talk that shit, but anyway, I try to keep it clean and just not cross any boundaries and listen to my partner. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So back to the daddy issues. I grew up without a father. I know Emani grew up without a father too. Your father was in your life, but he was kind of like that Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
Do you think, I always wonder, is it harder to have, when you look at your adult relationships, having an absent father or having a father there that maybe didn't do good?
That's a fantastic question, and I can't really answer it because I would have to live both versions, right? So in my version, my dad being there were a lot of pros, but there were definitely some cons. And I see that now when I raise my kids, my son especially. Maybe some ways that I react with a certain amount of aggression or lack of empathy or whatever. And I'm like, damn, is this what my dad, who was present but didn't have the right emotional response to things I was going through, now on me, and I'm pushing that forward, and I had to immediately try to cut that out of me. So it's like, damn, if he wasn't there, would I have not had these traits and not be worrying about passing them on? Or am I glad that he was there because at least I had a father, but then I still have to navigate? So I don't know. Yeah. I think it's either way you go, it's something you have to deal with and constantly reflect on and hope for the
How did it affect you in your adult relationships?
With women, it was crazy because I came to this point in my life where I hated my father for a lot. God damn, this cut water is cutting. What the fuck is this? What are y'all trying to make me do? No, okay, back to being serious. I came to a lot of points in my life where it was like, I hated what my father did to my mom because it was like, man, he really like played her. Yeah. But then as I got older and I don't know, I got into these, relationships, I felt those same like demons. And I was like, damn, this is what he was dealing with. The availability, or the opportunity to be less truthful. Yeah. What it could get you pro and cons. So
was he tall or short?
He was my height, but he was a pretty nigga like me too. Aww. You know what I'm saying? When I had hair, we had long curly hair and all that, and I'd get these.
So did he do it like in front of you or bring you around the other women?
All that. Oh, he would try. Listen, because when you a kid, you might not know what was going on, but then you look back like, that nigga was trying something that night.
Yeah. Miss Brenda.
He was trying. Yeah. That was, So, I'm grateful he was there because there are people who didn't have their father there. And there was a lot of great things I learned. Even with seeing him do it the wrong way, I know it's the wrong way by watching him do it. But then at the same time, I have a lot of demons I have to navigate through to make sure I don't repeat those same things. So
that's very adult of you.
Yeah, I'm glad you're breaking those generational curses.
Give me a toast to Cutwater and Nick and his daddy. Yeah,
I love my daddy. He ain't shit, but I love him.
Do you feel like now you with the absent father, the in and out father, do you feel like this has affected you in dating?
So younger me would be like, I'm good, like I don't care, because I had father figures. My mom's been married twice, luckily, so they're both still in my life. I've had my grandpa, I have my uncle, like I have father figures, but I think deep down inside, I've never called anyone daddy. Besides, but I've never called anybody daddy. Like it's something I've never experienced. So when I see like my friends, they're like, "Well, my daddy's gonna do it." I have my stepdad, and I can call him for anything. He'll come through, but it's just not the same. So I definitely feel like it's affected my dating, and I've talked about this in therapy. Like, I don't respect men. I didn't respect men to an extent where like I just didn't respect them. Like, I'm not going to take your word for anything. Like, my dad used to always say he would do certain things. He
Trust
would come,
issues you get from your dad.
So, like, if I ask you, are you going to say, or you volunteer to do something and you don't do it,
I didn't believe you anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's harder for a woman when you may have felt different if your mother was absent. Or I can at least speak from my experience. I had an absent father. My father was around till, like, I was about 6, and then on and off, my father was a heroin addict, and he ended up getting deported, and I wasn't able to ever really see him again, and he passed away. And I was very much like, I don't need a man. I can do it by myself. Right. I don't need anybody. Like, and I never really had male figures at all. My mother remarried. I didn't get along with her husband, and he wasn't really a male figure for me. And it made it hard in dating. Like, I didn't know almost how to even interact with men, because I had to be this like strong woman, and then it was like the trust issues. And I think deep down, not to get all emotional, but like as a woman, it's okay, baby. I'm good. I'm a G. No, I think with time you heal, and it makes you the person you are.
Right.
But it was hard in dating. I dated all the wrong guys in my early 20s because I was looking for something. I didn't have that dad's love. So I found men I thought were like hyper masculine or hyper like, the tough guys, the bad boys, like to protect me because I never got that protection as a little girl, and I had to protect myself. And I think, thank God for motherfucking therapy. Can we cheers to that?
I think that's why I like older guys now. I'm like, I think it's because I crave, like, I want that daddy. But I like older guys. I don't know why, but subconsciously, it might be that.
That makes sense.
You're looking for a silver fox.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I mean, I think like we can all take from our dads, like, you know, people are only human. Looking on situations, being older, going through therapy, it makes you kind of not, like, when I was young, I was so angry about it. And now I'm like, okay, like, you know, you've worked through it. It makes you who you are. But I think it does affect your dating.
It does.
You can't say it doesn't.
I was like the opposite. Like, I was fine when I was younger. When I got older, I was angry.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think it's hard. I think a lot of men, I've dated men who didn't grow up without their mothers. And they, like, I felt like they hated women. And I was like, do I act like this?
Right.
Like, they're angry at the world because their mother wasn't there. And it's like, you know, you don't have to let your once reality be your reality.
Yeah, that's why I said therapy is so good.
My father, just to say this, in case he ever sees this, which he won't, because he's a meat cutter who lives in Las Vegas and doesn't go on Instagram. So he doesn't give a fuck about shit like
somebody
this.
might show him, like, this is your son.
Like, this motherfucker. But my dad was a product of his environment. His dad was the same, if not worse.
Right.
Yeah.
And when his dad passed, he, you know, my father's a man of very little words, right? Mm-hmm. And he actually confided in me, like, yeah, my father used to beat us and do all type of wild shit. So I'm like, damn, I got a choice I got to make right now where, like, I can hate my father for being like his father, who was probably like his father, and it's this long chain, or I can be like, okay, this is where it stops.
Right.
This is where
you make the choice.
I'm going to make the choice to be like, I have this urge or I have this lack of whatever, but I need to decide to do better for my son.
Our parents are just people trying to figure out themselves too. Once you realize that and you're able to give them grace, all that resentment can just, when you can just be the best.
Sometimes your situations you can't always.
Yeah. It's certain things. But
you have to find a way to come to it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, because then
for
you're
yourself,
holding it.
not for them.
Yeah, not for them. It's like for me, because I'm just holding on to it.
Right.
Forgive them for yourself.
And then you're just going to keep repeating your own cycle because you're not letting that go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For sure.
Wow, I feel like we got deep. We
It was
cried.
a therapy session.
We talked about
Thanks to the cup water.
And short guys and toxicity. And, you know, I like to say a little dash of toxic makes the world go round.
I think so.
You do. You love that.
Any final thoughts?
Well, I'm so glad it's sponsored by Cutwater Mango Margarita. It allowed me to open up and really share with you ladies what I really feel inside. Mango Margarita. Pick it up and
Well, I like to say, I'm so glad that Spilling Tea with Tina isn't back. Because my girl
motherfucking
we were trying to get her back, and we are here. So I'm proud of you, girl.
Thank you.
I want to cheers to you.
Hoes. Cheers.
We need bros and hoes. Bro hoes. Like bro hoes. I'm a bro hoe.
All right, guys. Till next time. Take good care of yourself.